First things first, I absolutely adore this packaging. I wish all modern Transformers came in packaging like this, not just the retro ones. This is Seaspray. I had hoped to show him side by side with the Titans Return, though I will talk about the Titans Return. I seem to have misplaced my Titans Return. I have no idea where he is. So, while I will make reference to it, and hopefully I will find him once I get all of my collection kind of put back where it's supposed to be, maybe I'll do an update at that time. But I also made a couple of changes to this guy. Added a couple of stickers, a couple of things. You'll see it all when we dive into everything to do with retro Seaspray in the latest GotBot True review. Hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course subscribe, and while you are at it, light 'em up, baby! Hit that notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton. Let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. And like I said, this is the new Deluxe class Retro Lad. Is he good enough to replace, to usurp, if you will, my Titans Return Seaspray? Is he good enough to replace your Titans Return Seaspray? How about we head over to the table and take a closer look at this lad? Ah, yes indeed, it almost feels like 40 years ago as we take a look at the Transformers Retro Seaspray. This is a deluxe scale size Seaspray. I think this is part of like a Walmart exclusive capsule, right? The same one where we got the toy accurate gears, the toy accurate brawn, and this would be of course a toy accurate version of Seaspray. Will we get, in like Age of the Primes or something, a Seaspray that's more animation accurate? Well, we'll talk about that in a little bit. For now, here's the packaging. It looks very retro. Here's the G1 Seaspray. They've replaced the alt mode picture with a picture of the modern guy. Of course, right, the one that's in package, say. Autobot Seaspray down there. This is very retro. I love this. I don't like the whole boxes and stuff that they do now. I would prefer this. This gives me the nostalgia feels. On the back, furthermore, we do have the little bio down here. Oh man, see, that falls over. We do have the little bio down there. And of course the traditional kind of artwork. I think this was the 85 artwork, I want to say. I could be wrong about that though. Tons of Insecticons and lots of copies of Dinobots in this one too. Of course you have the stats down here as well, if you're interested in that. So this is nice. I'm not usually one for packaging, but this really takes me back. As does this double-sided sheet of instructions. I wish it was on glossy paper because I feel like the G1s were on glossy paper. But this really takes me back, and honestly, it's pretty effective. These are actually pretty good instructions. And here we have Seaspray alongside some of the other mini-bots. And interestingly, I've done the mass, and the mass for Seaspray is 74 grams, a bit small for Deluxe. However, other than Beachcomber, I believe, who is 77 grams. Cosmos and Gears are also 74. So 74 seems to be the mini-bot going size. I wish that I had in my hands right now my Titans Return, because that's what I really wanted to compare this Seaspray to, but I seem to have misplaced him. Nevertheless, I'll talk about it as we go through. But like, yeah, he fits in with these guys. To the top of his part over his head where his propellers are, that pretty much comes up to the height of like a regular Deluxe. So he is slightly shorter if you go head to head, but it's a bit of a mishmash. And with those out of it, right now we have Seaspray right here. I will note his blaster here on the side. I didn't show that up close, but it's just like a generic blaster, really. There's a little peg here and a little peg hole. It's the only place I can see to really store his blaster when not in use, because even though the handle is a 5mm peg, and even though the handle does work in his hand just fine, and even though we have 5mm peg, 5mm peg, 5mm peg, hole. Even though we have peg holes for all of that, the problem with the blaster is that where we have the cartridge down here, it really negates being able to use this peg for storage. So it kind of got to go on the side. If somebody has discovered something else, by the way, there's also a peg hole on the back. But none of those will accommodate his blaster because of the cartridge. So it is what it is. The blaster is just white painted silver. Now, let's kind of get started on the scores for this guy. I'm going to just leave the blaster off to the side for now. I wanted to come in a little bit closer so that we could see the detail nicely, because we're going to start with the look of the guy. And this is obviously going for a toy accurate look. If it was going for an animation accurate look, what would be different? We would have a blue that's a bit darker. We would have no detail on his ribs. We would have the Autobot logo on his tummy. I added that Autobot logo. It's not there at a package. And he would have blue eyes on his black visor. As such, because I don't know if we're going to actually get this in those darker colors, I said, what can I do to this one in order to make it a little more animation accurate? So I happen to have a spare Autobot logo that I put on there, and I did have two spare eye stickers that were actually meant for Power of the Prime sludge that I was able to actually put on his visor, so he has his blue eyes, he has his Autobot logo. About the only thing that I could want different for animation accuracy would be the darker blue. As for less detail on the rib sections, honestly, I'm kind of glad that the detail is there. Seaspray is one of those weird ones to me. I had the G1 toy, I loved it. I had the Titan's Return, loved it. And I have this guy, and I'm going to tell you now, I do love it. But all of them have been a lighter blue. Even though the animation has him a little bit darker, I'm used to Seaspray being a lighter blue. I don't know how I would feel having him in darker colors. I've seen like MP scaled ones and third-party ones and stuff. And the dark blue always seems a little odd to me, even though I know it's animation accurate. I think I'm cool with this, but if you wanted to wait and take a chance that it will get a reuse for animation accuracy, go for it. I wouldn't be shocked, though, if that ends up in some sort of a multi-pack. Time will tell. In terms of toy accuracy, this is perfect. I know I made a couple of changes. So I'm going to say, honestly, for the look, for Seaspray, I'm going to say 9.75. The only reason I'm not giving it an outright 10 is because regardless of toy accuracy or animation accuracy, the elbows should not be yellow. They are blue. And really the shoulders shouldn't be yellow. They should also be blue. I can sort of look past the shoulders a bit, but I do find the elbows a bit jarring. So 9.75. Still not a bad start by any stretch of the imagination. And it's pretty close on perfect. Let's do the articulation next. We have a head that goes left and right. It can wiggle up and down. I think the Titan's Return just goes left and right. I don't think it has the wiggle. The arms here can go all the way around, as can the Titan's Return. Out to the side about that far. I wish a little bit more. I mean, if you push it, I guess you can, but I feel like I'm stressing it a bit if I push it. The Titan's Return goes all the way out to the side as well. We have an elbow here that's over 90 degrees. I think the Titan's Return is 90 degrees. And because that's on a ball joint on Titan's Return, we can still get the swivel. Here it's a mushroom peg, which I do prefer. The hands here can go back and forward, but sadly, no wrist rotation. That's a bit of a bummer because I expect that now. I mean, again, this is one of those cases where your mass is a little bit low for a deluxe. You should have maybe given us the little bit extra by way of a wrist rotation. This guy does have a waist. The Titan's Return does not have a waist. So that's something that I do very much prefer here. The legs, they can still go all the way forward, just like the Titan's Return. They can go all the way back. I think the Titan's Return can go all the way back, but I'm not sure. I really wish I had that one here. Splits out to the side, so can the Titan's Return. I do kind of prefer the way that the windows are done on the Titan's Return better, even though it's not as accurate as this. This is more accurate. Thigh swivel, which I also think the Titan's Return has. Knee here to 90 degrees. Titan's Return has a knee, but the foot is so big that the knee seems odd. Because with tuck and return, you don't fold any of this in. You just leave it down to be part of the foot. And this guy has an ankle tilt. Not a huge ankle tilt, but it's going to be enough to get you what you need with his big, like, pontoon feet, basically, right? And I don't know if I said knee, but knee to 90 degrees. If I didn't say it, I should have said it. Wrist. I'd like a wrist. Other than a wrist, I think he's pretty much spot on. I'm going to say 9.75 again. Almost perfect, like almost there, right? So right now the guy's getting a 9.75. I don't think that's bad going into the transformation at all. Okay, so to go into the transformation, golly gosh, where do I want to begin with this? Well, first let's do the easy thing and turn that arm around and turn that arm around. We can also next sort of pick off the ribs here. Now, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people have said that they find that their rib sections here like to pop off. My left one sometimes likes to pop off, so it's worth noting. It's not a huge deal, but it's worth noting. The head, we can turn that around so the back of the head is stuck out, and we can even take this piece up over for now. We can... Where do I want to begin, or where do I want to go next? I guess we'll... Yeah, let's try and bring this up next. And I don't know if I can really give you a solid way of how to bring this section out and up. Hold on, let me get these up over for now. Get these sort of out of the way for now. I'm going to bring those down for now. And it should... I thought that this just like folded up. But it doesn't seem to want to do it for me there now. Oh, I'm trying to bring up... That's why, because I'm trying to bring this piece up. Oh, my mistake, yeah. My bad. I was trying to bring that up over like the whole back section. My mistake. So this was down. The head section stays as it is, and it's just the propellers that come up. My mistake. That was totally my own fault. Then once we got these up, they tab in right here on this side and right here on this side. Then we should be able to bring the arms down here and the arms down here. And with the head down, we should be able to bring this piece up, and it tabs over a couple of little tabs right there. If you have everything lined up, like so. There we go. That was just, I don't know why I didn't remember that. Anyway, moving on. With these pieces now kind of out of the way, we can also, I think, there. Got that down and got that down. The rib sections are now pulled back. This whole piece turns around up here. Okay. Yeah, now I'm feeling better. There we go. There we go. That's pretty good. Okay, let's go to the feet next. We open out a side. We open out a side. We flip up a toe section, and then we flip up, if we can get it, this whole other foot section. I don't know why I'm having trouble with that one. Get that one up, and then over here we can start, there we go. Bring that one out, and then over here, reach in here and bring that one out. Great. We open out the back here, and we open out this section here. We open out the back here as well. And then we fold the whole thing down, thusly. And we fold the whole thing down, thusly. And we should be able to bring the feet and legs now together like that. The arms, they come down. The waist, it comes down all the way under and tabs in. There's, I should, I guess, show this. There's a little tab right up here, a little yellow tab that goes into a rectangular slot right there. So bring that down, bring the hip forward, bring the hip forward. My legs came apart. I guess I probably had them tabbed together prematurely. My mistake. Put a hand up underneath. Make sure that these side pieces are down. Then put a hand up underneath. And close that in on the side. I gotta fix a bit of this, obviously, as I'm going here, because that's not tabbing in just right. Nor is that. Bring this hand down. And again, it goes just in underneath. And I should be able to like solidify all of this together now. Like that. Close that, close that. Got a couple of things popping here, but that's only because I'm trying to do this from a distance. And lastly, there's a couple of little notches right here that tab in. Doing it from this distance is a bit of a nuisance, but they do tab in nicely. Put that up. There we go. And make sure all that's pushed in. And boom, in the end, here we have Seaspray. Oh, I guess I should take his blaster and still put that there. Boom, here we have Seaspray in his hovercraft mode. I'm just going to make sure I got everything solidified and squeezed together, and then we'll talk about the transformation. And man, do I love a hovercraft mode. So yes, I had to squeeze a couple of things. The two little yellow tabs on the legs, on the knees basically, they kind of fit into a couple of little white notches here. I didn't quite have that done, and this kept coming out because I don't think I had this side over here quite tabbed in, but it does it. Anything that you saw me kind of stumble over here is because I'm doing this at a little bit of a distance from me, and honestly, I may have forgotten a movement or two because I haven't done it in a little while. But it's easy. It's a brilliant, easy transformation. I don't think you're really going to stumble over it once you've done it once or twice and it's fresh in your mind. I'm going to give it a 10. I think that this is a stupendous Seaspray. Whether you get this version or whether you wait and take your chances on a darker blue, that's up to you. And if you love the Titan's Return and you want to stick with that, that's still fabulous. Its transformation is a little more simple than this one. It doesn't have the ankle tilt and it doesn't have the waist rotation that this one has, but the Titan's Return is still fabulous. And honestly, I looked at the Titan's Return way back in episode 324, about 7 years ago, 8 years ago, something like that. So if you really want to go back and see my thoughts, you could. But I don't regret upgrading to this. I think that with a 9.75, a 9.75, and a 10, this guy's like a 9.8, 9.85. It is a tremendous version of Seaspray that's absolutely worth grabbing if you see it. And here we are once again, and here he is, and he's pretty fantastic. So, what I've learned is, A, I really like being able to give this guy eyes. It just seems a little more accurate to me. Same with the Autobot logo. And honestly, in G1 and with Titan's Return, I wanted to be able to do both of those things. I love the G1, I love the Titan's Return, and I love this guy. I'm starting to think I really like Seaspray, probably because I like the hovercraft alt mode, and I think that's really cool. Plus, there's no bot that's really like Seaspray. I'd be down for an octo punch of this guy. Just saying, I'd be cool with that. Anyway, I digress. This is able to stand for me as very much a quintessential Seaspray in my collection. Yes, like I said in the review, I wish that the elbows were blue and a darker shade would be more animation accurate. But I don't feel like I would have to double dip to get that. I'm okay with the lighter blue. I'm okay with the detail on the sides. I kind of like it. I've been able to give him eyes. I've been able to give him an Autobot logo. So I'm kind of good in that regard. All of that being said, though, if you have the Titan's Return and you're wondering, should you keep that? Is it worth upgrading to this? The Titan's Return is still fabulous. In terms of the arm articulation, it's pretty much the same, except this is a hinge swivel. That's a ball joint. You don't get anything extra at the wrist, so no benefit there. Granted, you got black propellers, as they should be, instead of blue ones. And as previously mentioned, I was able to add eyes to this head sculpt. I don't think I would have been able to do that with the smaller one of the Legends class offering. The Legends class also, while it has a knee, it does not look as natural as this. It almost looks like it's more ankle bent up. And it doesn't have a waist like this guy does. I don't think, if you're happy with the Titan's Return, and I'm happy with the Titan's Return, but I don't think you need to upgrade to this guy. But if you've kind of been in for the mini bots at this point, at their like new size, new scale, at what seems to be 74 grams for a lot of them, then this guy is an excellent one to add. If you know Beachcomber, this guy feels every bit as robust as he does. And that is high praise because Beachcomber was awesome. And so is Seaspray. Let me know what you think about the retro Seaspray. Was he worth the pickup for you or not? I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you are at it, hit the subscribe button, stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel, and don't forget, not for a moment, man, not for a second, that you, right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned way right here inside the videos.